Okay, got NFL Week 13 predictions. So I'm filming this after the morning games. I don't know all the score. Bengals, they just come off a great win over the Steelers, 41-10, and the Chargers play an afternoon game against the Broncos. I don't know that game yet. But the Bengals have been hot. They just blew out the Steelers, who, despite losing a couple of starters on defense, they're still good. And Bengals just blew out the Steelers, and their defense and offense is both playing great right now. And the Chargers play on Sunday night. I have not watched them yet, but on 2 weeks ago, their offense has looked great so far, and their defense, outside of their rushing defense, their overall defense is below average. Their rushing defense is the worst in the league, and I don't think that would do well against the Bengals' Joe Mixon. So I have the Bengals winning. And then you got the Colts versus the Texans. Colts, they're right now tied with the Buccaneers, so I don't know how well that game will go. And then you got the Texans, who just came off a loss against the Jets after Colts winning. Then you have the Steelers versus the Ravens. Ravens play against the Browns, currently play against the Browns, and the Steelers, they just lost the Bengals. Their defense could not stop the Bengals, and their offense could not do anything. Roethlisberger did not look good out there, and the Ravens, even though they're injured, have a relatively good defense after Ravens winning. Then you got the Chiefs versus the Broncos. Chiefs are coming off a bye. Broncos, they play against the Chargers currently. Broncos defense is definitely tough, and they have a good run game, but Bridgewater is inconsistent and isn't gonna win you a game, but not gonna lose you a game. And the Chiefs do well against divisional opponents, and their defense has been playing much better. And I don't think Bridgewater is gonna have a good game against the Chiefs, especially them coming off bye weeks of the Chiefs winning. Then you got the Bills versus the Patriots. Patriots, they blow out Tennessee, and they're on a 6-win streak now. The Bills, they beat the Saints, they blow out the Saints, just as impressive. The Both teams are coming off great wins where they dominated up the opponent, and this one could go either way. And I eventually have the Bills winning because of their home field advantage, but this is going to be very close, maybe overtime close. You got the Dolphins versus the Giants. Dolphins, they're on a 4-win streak, and the Giants just escaped the win against the Eagles. The Dolphins, they blow out the Panthers too. I had a good game even against the number one pass defense in the Panthers. And the Giants, it was an ugly game, but they escaped with the win. They almost lost. Rager of the Eagles dropped a touchdown pass right there, and that's how they won. And either way, Dolphins defense has been playing much better in their win streak, and Tua showed that he can play like good football. So the Dolphins winning. Then you got the Jets versus the Eagles. Jets coming off a ugly win over Houston, and Eagles ugly loss against the Giants. Eagles couldn't do much. They could not run their football and set up play action, which means, and Jalen Hurts was missing wide open receivers. But the Jets are just a bad team. Zach Wilson had an okay game, but not great. And I have the Eagles winning. Got the Raiders versus the football team. Raiders come off an impressive Thanksgiving win against Dallas, and the football team, they play on Monday night against the Seahawks. So I don't know that score yet, but I have the Raiders. Their offense looked much better versus the Cowboys, and their defense actually did something. The football team, I think, believe they're on a 2-winning streak, beating the Panthers and the Bucks. Um, I don't know how that score against the Seahawks is going to turn out, but I think the Raiders offense is going to get back on track, and they have a home field advantage after the Raiders winning. They got the Rams versus Jaguars. Jaguars lose against the Falcons, and Rams are currently playing the Packers. Rams are just a much better team with home field advantage, so I have the Rams winning. We got the Saints versus Cowboys. Both teams that need to get their game together. Cowboys lost 3 of 4, and the Saints have lost 4 straight. Saints are on a total free fall right now. Simeon is not the answer. He throws too many picks and does not move the offense, and their defense is just stressed out right now. And a terrible game against the Bills. The Cowboys, I think they're gonna bounce back. Cooper should be back, and CeeDee Lamb, I don't know if he's back or not, but even with Cooper back, I think they're good enough. I have the Cowboys winning. You got the Bears versus the Cardinals. Bears are not easy team to play, especially in December at Chicago. But Cardinals, they should be getting Murray back and Hopkins, and they're coming off a bye. And I think the Cardinals coming off a bye will be more rested, so the Cardinals winning. Falcons versus Buccaneers. Buccaneers come off a close win against the Colts. Falcons a win over the Jaguars. Buccaneers will just totally blow out the Falcons defense. This I predict a blowout, but it could very well be a close game. Falcons is divisional game. It could very well be close after Bucks winning. The Lions versus Vikings. Lions among the worst teams, and Vikings they definitely have a good team with them, but they just haven't been able to get wins, and the Lions can't win at all. So the Vikings winning. They got the 49ers versus the Seahawks. 49ers play against 49ers play against Minnesota right now, and the Seahawks play on Monday night against football team. So I hadn't seen any of them, but it's a divisional game either way. You can go either way, but I think the 49ers, they really need this win if they want to stay in the playoffs, and the Seahawks have already almost been eliminated from the playoffs after the 49ers winning.